Hi YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm talking to you all about how to grow on Instagram in 2021. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Bella Foxwell, Instagram strategist and coach that drops a brand new video to this channel every single week. If you're not already subscribed, then why not? Just hit subscribe and the bell button so you never miss a new video when it drops every single week. And don't forget that I've added chapters to this video, which is essentially like an interactive contents page. So if there is a particular tip that you would like to know more about and you want to jump to that tip, you can click on the timestamp below in the description box and as the first comment below this video. You can click on that timestamp and you will jump to the relevant section of the video that you want to watch. So the first two tips I'm going to share are probably the most important, and they are reflective of a major layout change that has just rolled out to Instagram at time of record in November 2021. I think this is probably the biggest change that Instagram has rolled out since maybe the change to the chronological feed. If anyone can remember that, then I think people are still quite sore about that. But it is a major layout change. What's happened is Instagram has moved the shortcuts that were once a shortcut to adding a new post and a shortcut to your notifications. They have replaced these with a shortcut to the Reels feed and a shortcut to Instagram shopping. Now, this shows us where Instagram's priorities lie. It shows us where they are focusing their time and attention and what kind of content they are putting their weight behind. Yes, they want people to be creating and engaging with Instagram Reels, and they want people to be selling their products through their e-commerce offering, Instagram shopping. Now, while you may not like this, a lot of people have been very divided about the future and the direction that Instagram is going in. If you want to be successful on Instagram in 2021, it's about working with Instagram and working with the new features that they're adding and trying to not completely change your strategy 100%, but making the most of these new features and seeing how you can actually capitalize on them and make the most of them. Think of them as opportunities rather than hurdles. So tip number one is to post more Reels. Like I said, the Instagram Reels feed shortcut is now front and center of your layout on Instagram. And that means that Instagram is putting a lot of weight behind Instagram Reels. They really want this to be a really important part of the Instagram experience. They want people to be creating content there. They want people to be engaging with the Reels content. And so the best thing that you can do as a business owner, as a content creator on Instagram, is to create more Reels. If you want to know more about my top tips for creating Instagram Reels that will get you more views, then I really recommend checking out this video after this one. But for now, all I will say is that no matter whether you are a product-based business, a service-based business, a content creator, you can create Instagram Reels. Pretty much any idea that you think of for a post, that can be turned into an Instagram Reel. So if you're a product-based business, you could share behind the scenes of your product being made. You can share a tour of the factory or the studio or the workshop where you work. You can share a time lapse of a product being packaged up. You could share a time lapse of all of your different products that you are launching in the next quarter. If you're a service-based business, you could share educational content, sharing advice to help your dream client overcome their struggles and pain points. You could introduce your team, even if that is just you wearing loads of different hats. You could share a funny Instagram Reel about one of the biggest issues you see your customer or client face and how to overcome that. You can share almost any kind of reel. And if you want any words of encouragement, then honestly, this reel here that I made recently, it took me about 10 minutes to make, 10 minutes to edit and 5 minutes to upload. And at time of record, it has more than 4,000 views. It was one of my quickest reels ever that I made. And it's super short, super easy, funny, and it is doing quite well. And so there you go. That is to inspire you that you don't have to spend hours and hours of time creating content for it to do really well. So tip number two is to set up Instagram shopping. Now, this is particularly relevant if you are a product-based business. Right now, you can't actually set up a shop if you just have digital products, but I have a feeling that that may change with time. So let's just keep an eye on Instagram shopping in 2021. But if you sell physical products and you meet Instagram's eligibility requirements, which most product-based businesses should do, then you are eligible to set up a shop for your Instagram account, for your business. And why not do it? You absolutely can. Now that there is a shortcut to Instagram shopping, you should definitely make the most of it. Now, what I will say here, one big caveat, is that if you are a product-based business, then setting up Instagram shopping and thinking, great, job done, now I'm going to get the sales in, that isn't how it works. You still need to make sure that you have a really robust content marketing strategy on Instagram. You still want to be making sure that you are sharing content that tells the whole story of your brand and that educates, entertains, and inspires your community. You can't just have your Instagram account being a billboard promoting your products and think that that is going to actually get you more customers. It's about setting up Instagram shopping and having a really robust content marketing strategy and having both of those things to grow your Instagram account and to start converting followers into customers. So tip number 3 is to post more video generally. Now, I know we touched on Instagram Reels, but there are other video formats you can use. Instagram Live, IGTV. There is, of course, Stories, though I think you should be sharing stories anyway as part of a really good Instagram strategy. But pick one of those formats that feels good to you and create more video content on there, whether it is Reels, whether it is Live, whether it is IGTV. You don't have to be everywhere, but you should be creating video content on one of them and sharing video content fairly consistently. Video is the quickest and easiest way to build intimate relationships with your community. It's also the easiest way to share education, share more info about your products and services, and actually get to know your community better. It's the fastest way to accelerate that know, like, and trust factor. It's much easier to do that in a way that isn't so easy and fast with just static imagery. So I really, really recommend that you have video as a really core part of your strategy moving into 2021. So tip number 4 is to post a diversity of content. As I touched on earlier, no Instagram account, no matter what kind of business you are or if you are a content creator, no Instagram account should be there solely to act as a billboard promoting services and products. You have to think about how to cater to the psychology of an Instagram user. Think about how you, as an everyday civilian, uses the platform. You go there for a variety of reasons: to laugh, to learn, and to be inspired. So the more you can cater to these desires of your audience, the more likely you will be to attract people to your Instagram account and the more likely you will be to grow. So how do you cater to these different desires? Well, you think about your Instagram account, your business, your brand, holistically. How can you educate your community? How can you inspire them? How can you entertain them with your content and your unique point of view? If you want to know more about the exact strategy and system I use, which is the SSSS framework that I developed, then check out this video after this one, because I walk you through my exact strategy for sharing Instagram content that mirrors your sales funnel, and I share some writing prompts to get you starting to think about how you can create content in that same way. So tip number 5 is hopefully music to your ears. Post less. In 2021, it's much more important that you are posting less content, but making that content as good as it possibly can be. You definitely do not need to be posting multiple times a day. There's no need to. The way that the Instagram algorithm works as well, it's likely that a lot of your content won't be getting seen by your audience if you are pumping out post after post after post. So I recommend aiming for 3 posts a week, 3 main feed posts a week, bearing in mind that your Reels can now act as one of those main feed posts because you can share an Instagram Reel to your main feed. So just aim for 3 posts a week and make sure that every single post is really high quality and is really purposeful. You know exactly why you're sharing it. And if you supplement those 3 main feed posts a week with Instagram stories more regularly, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and maybe 1 Instagram live a week, you are on track for a really, really great Instagram strategy. Tip number 6 is to track your Instagram insights really closely. If you are not doing this, then you will not know what your audience wants, and you also will be reinventing the wheel every single month when it comes to content planning. The best, fastest way to know what your audience wants and to create content that is going to continue to resonate with them and therefore continue to increase your engagement rate on Instagram is to have a look at your insights. Check out this video after this one if you want to learn more about how I look at my Instagram insights to really tell me what my strategy should be and to guide my content strategy on Instagram. Now, at time of record, there are no robust Instagram insights for Reels, but again, that is definitely something that will come with time. So for now, just have a look at your Instagram Reels to see which ones are racking up the most amount of views and the most amount of likes and comments. And again, notice if there are particular reels that are doing better than others. Are the reels where you're talking face to camera doing better than the reels where you are set to music? Do more of what is working, because your community, your followers are telling you what they like. So do more of that. Ride on the wave of your success and continue to give your community what they want. Tip number 7 is to spend time engaging with your followers. Great content will help to grow your community, but the difference between actually growing your followers and converting them into customers and clients is the effort you put into getting to know your followers on a human one-on-one level. So make this a regular part of your routine. A few times a week or once a week for a longer period of time, sit down and actually spend active, proactive time engaging with your community. Go through the people that are watching your Instagram lives, that are liking your posts, that are watching your reels, that are sliding into your DMs, sending you lovely messages. Go through those people who are already there rooting for you and get to know them better. Send them a message as a follow-up in your DMs. Watch their content, interact with their stories, leave a comment on their recent posts. You want to actually get to know your community so that you know more about them, so that you know about their family, so that you know about milestones that are coming up in their business in the next week or two, so that you know their favorite coffee order. Now, this might sound extreme to you, but this kind of detail, understanding your community on this level, this is what is going to actually grow your community. And like I said, that is what is actually going to convert those followers into customers and clients. If that is a question you have, how can I actually make money through Instagram? It's all about relationships. Tip number 8 is to use strategic hashtags and keywords. Hashtags are still really important in 2021. So if you haven't already, then definitely set aside a bit of time just to get a hashtag strategy in place. Now, I made a whole video about hashtag strategies here, so go and check out that video after this one if you want to learn more about the hashtag strategy I use. But in a nutshell, you want to make sure that the hashtags you are using with your content are mostly small and medium volume sized hashtags. Now, the other thing I mentioned was keywords. Now, at time of record in November 2021, Instagram has had another update in terms of its search functionality, and it has revealed that it is going to start allowing people to find and search for content based not just on hashtags, but also on keywords. So what this means is that people will be able to type keywords into the Instagram search bar, like bedroom inspiration, and be shown relevant content, relevant bedroom content, rather than just having to type hashtag bedroom inspiration into the search bar. Now, this functionality is still in its very early days, but what it means for you as somebody putting out content on Instagram is just make sure you are including relevant industry keywords, relevant keywords that are related to your business, your industry. Make sure you're including those on your Instagram bio and throughout your content, in captions, in guides, and in the alt text of posts that you are creating. And I'm going to show you on the screen here now how when you go to create your next post, there is a little function, there is a little button there where you can add relevant text, a description of the image as the alt text, and there, if it makes sense to you, you can also include a keyword. Tip number 9 is to make sure that your Instagram highlights are set up as strategically as they possibly can be. Now, your Instagram highlights should not just be somewhere that you are dumping your recent content. You want to think really carefully about the order of those highlights, and you want them to reflect your website because they can act as a mini website. Since you can only see 5 highlights straight away when somebody is looking at your Instagram account on their mobile phone, I recommend just really considering what those 5 highlights are. That doesn't mean you shouldn't have more than 5 highlights, but let's be real here. Let's think about what those 5 highlights are that people can see without having to swipe along, and really make those as optimized as possible, and really think about what the order is of those highlights. Like I said, they're a really great opportunity for you to accelerate that know, like, and trust factor with your community and to get people one big step closer to working with you or buying from you. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Really think about how you can optimize that order. That's all for this week's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel a bit more empowered with these top tips to help you grow your Instagram account in 2021. Now, just before I go, don't forget to check out my most recent videos about Instagram Reels. This one here, which is a walkthrough step-by-step tutorial of how to create your first Instagram Reel, and this video up here, which is my top tips for creating Instagram Reels that get you more views. I will see you next week for a brand new video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.